Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Actually live today. Can you believe it? Well, it looks like the market is nice and dead for me. It's lovely. Okay, just give me one moment here. All right. Good morning, folks. Hope you're all doing well. URGO. Kind of breaking out, getting some volume at the top of the hour, it looks like. I'm just going to remove all of these because these were all from last Friday. RadX. This was one that made a very big move around a month or two ago. Yeah. This one made a very, very big move in the past. Let me make sure my mic's working here. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Looks like my mic's working fine. But yes, good morning, folks. Good morning, good morning. Okay, so RadX does have news behind it. Theranostics achieves primary endpoint, 90% patients. Okay, so some kind of primary endpoint met. Because this is a stock that moved a lot in the past, I would give it credibility to do something similar again. Good morning, Soul. Good morning, sir. Just checking. So I am able to short this. I want to check for dilution. If there's been dilution on RadX, I would be willing to engage with it, but if there is none recently, yeah, and they're really, when was this? This was back on the 15th. They did announce an offering on the 23rd. Okay. But this one made a very, very powerful move, so I'm hesitant to go against the grain, per se. All right, I'm gonna take a more conservative posture, but I will try to get prepared short here. Okay, so I do have orders out if this wants to run. I'm being more conservative with this one just because even though it has been diluted since the big spike, it has made a big move. So I'm recognizing that and posturingly accordingly. Good morning, Alex. And we'll see. I mean, it's holding up well initially. Yeah, I think it's really just rad X. ELEB, is that anything? Actually, this kind of looks like something. Yeah. It does have news at the top of the hour and is showing some price action. Not much volume, but at least price action. Secures ITAR registration, enabling entry into US, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Let's see if this goes anywhere. Worth noting, too, that even after this spike up, it actually gave basically the whole move back. It did take more than one day, though, right? It closed still significantly up. It took 2 days. That'd be more accurate. It took 2 days to give most of the move back. Good morning, no thanks. And maybe it even just rolls over here. Yeah, how was yesterday, by the way? Was yesterday eventful or not? I was looking at some people that were saying not much happened, but I did not get to see. Hello, Tristan. Good morning, sir. Where have I been yesterday? Oh, you missed me. Yeah. Oh, I appreciate it. It was awful. Okay, well, that makes me feel better, at least for not being here. No, so I was doing a lot of testing yesterday, and I got a little overly ambitious. And I ended up staying up till like 3 in the morning on Monday morning. So I was just way too tired. I knew if I came in, I would just be a wreck. I didn't trust myself to make good judgment decisions. So I just decided not to come in yesterday. Yeah, I've been looking into martingale trading, and I specifically I've been trying to build simulators to backtest it for that video concept I was working on, and it proved to be way more. The rabbit hole was much deeper than I expected psychologically. So I was very interested in that and spent a lot of time on that. Yeah, EVTV also has news. This was one that was a penny stock in the past. I remember that. And it ended up breaking out and slowly has been curling back. Honestly, I probably should think about this one. Very light volume on this first breakout. The volume didn't really start until 7:05. This music. All right, so AVTV, I am going to throw orders out for this one as well. Red X did break out there, so it looks like it might be making a new leg up here. But no, the reason I'm very curious about martingale trading, because it is a faulty way of trading, but my current system, because I'm averaging into a position, it has a lot of crossover with martingale trading. So I've been trying to distinguish between what is good averaging in and what is bad averaging in. If that makes sense. But yeah, that's what I was spending a lot of time on. Yeah, so Red X ended up breaking out here on nice volume, but did not make a new high. Assuming Ross jumped into Red X here, very possibly. Nice quick scalp. 0.25 R. Oof. Am I still shorting stocks? I am, sir. I am. ELAB actually curling a bit. I was rolling this one off because of the low volume, but it is actually curling. This might be something worth watching. Possible rotation going on from RADX to ELAB. Very, very nasty rug, too. I'd be very curious to know if Ross bought here, and this would be the students. Just before the flush. I know exactly why my average holding period is 30 to 60 seconds. Yeah. Some of these moves are kind of crazy. ELAB. Breaking out now with volume. This is certainly going to get attention. Now, I cannot short this on Weeble. Let me check Thinkorswim. Let me see here. See if I even have time. It might already be out of shares to locate. Yeah, okay. So I'm not able to short this on Weeble or Thinkorswim. Okay. Would I have been in? I would have been in if the price went to 595. Did it touch that? No, it went to 584. So I would actually not even be short this yet. I would have been close, but I would not have been short. It would have been 11 cents off. But this still looks quite strong. But yeah, considering how low the float is on this, right, it's saying only 500,000 shares outstanding. So that alone could be why it's not, I'm not able to locate shares. There's just not a lot of shares that exist, let alone are locatable. The hard part is if Ross sees big sell orders, he'll quickly dump and he'll jackknife candle to his followers. Will be that much stronger. That could be what happened. Yeah, it could be. I would preface to say that the story might be bigger than just that. Like you could, it's very easy to say this looks bullish, Ross buys, sees sellers dumps, but historically, what I've also seen is that might not be the best way of going about it, because I've seen these stocks where they will do this pattern that looks bullish and they will dump and they will sell all the way back down, and it's clear there was a distributor, not just a pump and dump from Ross onto the students. Like, I can understand the temptation to just assume that 1 + 1 = 2, but there could be more going on than that, right? And we don't even know for Ross bought here, for example. But yeah. Now it's just not the insider seller selling. It's Ross's followers who jumped in with him that are dumping. Well, the thing is, it's like, even if Ross did pump and dump, he's not going to move the price all the way back down. So like if this continues falling all the way back down, at that point, it wasn't necessarily any individual person that was getting in. This entire setup was designed by the pump and dumpers to execute it. So I wouldn't attribute blame to Ross or anyone who's momentum trading in that instance, if that makes sense. LAB did make a new high. No, it double topped. Okay. Yeah, I still would not be in. Why exactly 595? Because that's what I calculated I should short at. That was my calculated entry. The ABS. Yeah, I still have orders for URADX and EVTV, but both of them look like they're backside, so probably not getting in either of those. And ELAB, I'm just not even able to short in either of the accounts. So, yeah, mostly on standby right now. With UGRO closing at market highs, this could be the day we see a 10x runner, all-day runner. Will it be ELAB, RADX? Usually the earlier PR, the better. I actually think ELAB has the best potential, right? This one's a super low float, allegedly, only 500,000. Looking at the level 2, it doesn't look super thick. I can't really tell if it's stacked and they're just not showing up. I see some orders. Maybe... Yeah, I'm a little suspicious that 500,000 shares might be too low. Let me check, see if there's a registration recently. Yeah, there was one in mid-February. There was another one in January, and there was another one in December. Okay, so yeah, 500,000 is not accurate by any means for the shares outstanding for ELIB. With that said, I mean, if it's not terribly damaged, then 500,000, we'll say it's even 2 million shares. This could still certainly move on 2 million if the news is strong enough. Rad X continuing lower. This is kind of what I was saying too, like a pure guy who's pump and dumping, like the price would have maybe went down to here at worst. The fact that it's continuing to bleed tells me that this was kind of an orchestrated pump up. At least that's my interpretation. Please give us a second like on ELAB. I mean, I'm curious to see if my short would have worked, right? If it gets up to 595, I would actually probably move the order up because the odds of a second leg are much higher now. So I would probably cancel the 595 and use my next order, which is around 640s. Yeah, 637. So we'll assume now that I would cancel this order at 590s, and I would have 637 for my new order. So if we got a second leg up, like a continuation leg, I'd be looking for 637 to go short. And it could do it. Like it's showing some strength here. Hey, I did say it too, didn't I? I said that ELAB was the most likely one to do the move. I'm half expecting just a big rip. Okay, there's a lot of volume coming in here, though. Almost 100,000 volume came in right there. You finally got your ECN routing configured, or figured out. I have rebates every day now. That's awesome. Gotta get that rebate where you can. Where did this peak at? So it literally went 2 pennies higher than over here. ELAB and EDBL not tradable. So this one's just not tradable in general. Let me try just putting out an order. Yeah, okay. Yep. Thanks, Weeble, for protecting me. And it's awkward too, because I ended up calling them up and asking them, like, hey, why are some of these stocks not tradable? And their answer to me was, we don't really know why. You're just not able to trade some of these stocks. I'm like, great, can you like escalate this or ask someone higher up? They're like, no. I'm like, okay, great. Thanks for your help. Are you satisfied with your call today? No. Okay, so this is basing out higher here. This really feels like it has the potential to go more. It is very, very downtrendy though, right? Every single pop has been met with immediate selling pressure. So I'm expecting this to reverse hard if and when it does reverse. Right, 3 shelf registrations within the last 3 months. I guess it's almost 4 now, but like still 3 registrations within the last 4 months is massive. This is very likely heavily underwater. Probably some kind of short squeeze going on, but conversely, I don't expect this to last very long. Don't give away your exact formula, however. In general, what do you base your entry on? It's a mix of the stock price, the history, the performance the stock has made, volatility. I've basically made some formulas that calculate how much I'm expecting the stock to move before retracement. I'm also only looking for certain stocks. How much at-the-money dilution is it in total, roughly? I can look. All right, so we got one here. This is the most recent one for $1.2 million. Not shares, dollars. Let's see, what do we got for the others? This one's for $5 million. And the one from December, is this one just 5 million shares? Yeah, so up to 5 million shares. So it's a lot. We could be looking at a float as high as maybe like 5, 6, 7 million. I mean, that's the upper end too, right? But like, usually these dilutions are meant to be aggressive. And it makes sense, right? The stock has been getting hammered constantly. So it makes sense that it's getting hammered because they're just constantly diluting. I don't think this is... No, it is a U.S. company. No, I'm thinking of AERB. Yeah. ELAB is English, is a United States company. Just a very, very apparently poor performing company, right? Just straight down. So yeah, of those 5 to 7 million shares, how many have been diluted? And to be fair too, like if we look at the chart, right? I want to show it. So the dilution roughly started here. So all of this could have been the dilution occurring. And it's been, how long has it been since the last one? Last one was February 17th. So that's when it was announced. So the last one was announced here. And it was at $7 at the time. It's dropped half of that. It's up to you if you think this would hold up. I think in the very, very short, or the very like midterm, it's going to roll over. Because like I said, the stock has never held up historically. It's always popped and then failed. So I'm not expecting, like even here, popped and then failed. So I'm not expecting this to hold up. I actually expect, I mean, maybe this is a bold call, but I'm expecting a full reversion by end of day. Yeah, it's starting to look a bit thicker on the level 2 now. It was pretty thin back here. Now it's starting to look thicker. Also notice we have a bit of a value gap, right? All of this was essentially no volume. The real volume didn't start until here, right? We'll just say here, 490. So you're talking about a gap from 370 to 490 with no volume. It's quite a gap. Cancel my RADX orders. I'll keep the EVTV orders. EVTV is kind of holding. It's not super likely, but I could see us making a second leg. It's definitely not ruled out. So I'm going to keep my EVTV orders. LAB had 3 intraday doubles over the past 2 years. Each time it rolled over right after the double, though. Never saw 250% to 500% run. Yeah. And yeah, you can clarify too how much, right? So like on the daily, we got one back in, looks like August, right? 150. I don't see pre-market, of course, but this went to about 300. So it's roughly a double. Yeah, these are roughly doubles. And maybe pre-market it went a little more. But yeah, this one doesn't seem like a exceptional candidate for a massive, massive move. Like 100% plus in pre-market. Feels like 760 would be ceiling. Yeah, I would agree with that. Yep. That kind of matches what I was looking for. Yeah, I was mostly planning to add up into that area and then use breaking out from this as a stop. KPTI, definitely doing things. Okay, we got news. There was news actually at 7. So the stock was halted, I see. So they released news of the private placement and their phase 3 trial thing. And then they resumed it. Okay, so downtrend over the last 3 years, but the last year it's actually been slight uptrend. So a little bit of divergence there. Yeah, it looks like a lot of whoosh wash right now. I don't plan to short KPTI, but I am curious. Am I able to? I am. Well, what is the shares outstanding? It looks like it could be higher. 18 million. It's a little high, but not crazy. Only reason I thought it might have been higher is because the borrow fee was so low. Only 1%. ELAB could be rolling over here now. This is a pretty significant pullback. Can you remember recent tickers with continuation moves at day 2 open? UGRO is just looking very curious here. What exactly are you asking? Are you asking about this one? Like how this one's a multi-day runner? Okay, so you're asking, so like this is day 2 of the move. And you're asking about how recent continuations have done recently. I don't remember exactly, but I know we've had some continuation moves that have been working lately. I don't know I haven't focused very hard on it, so I wouldn't be able to tell you to what extent. Very consistent volume coming through. Okay, an extra 100,000 there. And ELAB may be going to the depths. To quote Relentless Trader, to the depths. To the depths. This would have been a beautiful short. You're back. I just remembered it was my grandma's birthday today, so I had to congratulate her, of course. It's very sweet of you. I'm sure your grandma is very happy. Yeah, I mean, the best moves we have right now is a 30% move that mostly happened yesterday, and ELAB. Both of them are like 30% movers. I think BIF was the ticker I was thinking of. Had some solid spikes at the open ever since the original 312 move. It didn't really run day 2, though. It was consolidation day. I remember BIF. Yeah, this is the one that I lost on like 2 weeks ago. Was it here? I think it was here. I think this was my losing trade. Yeah, this one's been one that's really held up well. This was earnings. This entire move was spiraled out of earnings. So very interesting to see it, especially because this is a stock that has historically, right? You look at the yearly, this is a stock that has done quite poorly. If we go to 3 years, that just gets amplified. Yeah, so this is a stock that has done very, very poorly. So it's very interesting to see that it's gone this much up, right? We're talking like a 500% return in the span of maybe 2 weeks. Yeah. KPTI moves weirdly. Yeah, it is moving weird. I noted how the volume on this one was very consistent, oddly so. Right, you had an extra 100,000 of pure volume come in here, yet it's not really doing anything. And even the level 2 on this doesn't look thick on the surface. Yeah, this one seems kind of strange. Oh man. Even though I somewhat corrected my sleep last night, but I still feel kind of out of it. Yeah, time to get good at trading large caps. I mean, swing trading large caps feels more intuitive and structurally safe to me. At least for reliable income. In the long term, right? I mean, not reliable in the short term, but yeah, in the long term, at least it's more reliable. Either trade large caps or grow a community of 2 million people to help pump whatever stock you jump into. Those are your options, yeah. Or you could sell merch, I guess. Or you could sell merch, sell courses, sell signals. You could be an affiliate. I could still go down that route. Mm-hmm. See how people are doing here so far today. Yeah, I can tell I'm tired though. I've yawned, what, 4 or 5 times now? So, yeah, I'm definitely tired. If I was trading my old strat where timing was very precise, I would be more afraid to be trading right now. Considering this strategy is a bit slower paced and there's more room for error, right? Because it's a more long term. I shouldn't even say long term, maybe like midterm, right? I'm holding for half an hour or whatever. So I don't think there's as much danger in this instance for me. What do I think about Sean Dekmar? He's super hypey about every day, although the market is super dead. He seems like a good guy, though. I'm gonna Google this person. I don't remember. I think I looked into them, but I'm not 100%. This guy. No, I haven't looked at this guy yet. He's got some interesting thumbnails. 1,502 minutes. Making $6,000 in 5 minutes. I mean, there's some big swings if that's true. Our favorite it. I'll watch him later. No, I have not watched him. I will reserve judgment until after that. Yeah, KPTI feels weird to me. I'm not sure what to make of it. It doesn't meet my criteria. So I'm a bit hesitant to want to engage with it. I'm actually kind of surprised. So a lot of you have actually traded. Well, we have 7 votes, so it's not that many people, really. Maybe I'm overvaluing it because of that. Really, really, really does it get much worse in this market. There's maybe one opportunity a week at the moment, unless you short every single pop. Yeah, and like I said, well, So this is a thought I've been having for a while. And maybe I'll talk with Claude about it. But I built my model. So I built 2 frameworks, one for like a lukewarm / cold market and one for a hot market. Because you do need to short differently depending on what regiment you're in. But this has been just so abysmally bad. Part of me almost wonders, and because I have the pattern day trade restriction, I can't really take advantage of this anyway. But it certainly feels like right now, even if I were to short stocks that only pop, say, 20 or 30%, it almost feels like I could get away with it. With just how some of these stocks have been barely moving. But again, because I only have essentially 6 trades in a 5-day period, right? Because of the 2 brokers, I can't really do too much anyway. So EPT moving. Okay, this one's one that like pops up several days, then rolls over several days. So it tends to hold up better. Yeah, 30 million shares. It checks out. It popped all the way up to 1260 at the highs, which is quite a big pop, honestly. No news either. That's kind of strange. First, some orders out. I don't really suspect it's going to go to where I need it to go. Yet I am able to short it. I'm not surprised. Higher float. Makes sense. I think in this context, it should be a little different. Yeah. Okay, so I have orders out for CEPT if it does want to run more. No news on this, which is very dubious. It's a United States company. I'm going to do a quick Google check, because... Yeah, I don't see any news on this. I'm not sure why it's moving. Yesterday, no big movers at 8 a.m. Then Ross just jumped into the most obvious stock in UGRO at 8:01. Made his quick 10K. I guess if there are no runners at 8 a.m., what is the obvious stock? Right. I could easily buy 10K of the shares of the most obvious stock and make my 10K just like Ross, right? Oh, yes, certainly, certainly. Yeah, CEPT seems like it should roll over, just considering that there's no real news behind it. Unfortunately, it's barely popped up. Like, this looks like an impressive move, but in hindsight, it's only up about 10%. So it's not even up that much. I tell myself every day, don't be a liquidity provider. I mean, you're not wrong. You certainly aren't wrong. While CEPT looks interesting, KPTI is curling, right? It seems like it's structurally holding. So this was doing very suspicious looking price action. It didn't look natural here. And the fact that it's holding also strikes me. Maybe something worth keeping an eye on as well. Possibly breaking out here. think KPTI and ELAB are the stocks to watch out for. Volume has died out. And Furu could pump it fast. I feel like ELAB's done. I could be wrong, though. If there's a solid 8 a.m. press release, KPTI and ELAB less attractive at that point. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, if something draws attention, they will both probably suffer. You swear April's going to be super hot because I have a new job I can't trade. Oh, God. Yeah. Yep. That's how it goes. LAB pushing towards VWAP again. Anna. This was one that moved a couple days ago, I believe. Yes, Anna had a nice run here. It's getting a little bit of volume coming in now. Relative to all of pre-market, it's getting some volume. Needs more, of course, but maybe worth keeping an eye on. Yeah, CEPT just dying. Not surprised, honestly. Yeah, I hope it improves in April too. I mean, we had a good we had a good January, right? It was something like end of October was bad, November was bad. There was a couple hot spurts in December, but December was mostly bad. January was actually pretty good. We had some decent, consistent moves in January. February was god-awful. Even with my old strategy, I was barely taking trades with it. And it seems like March is... There's a couple trickles here and there, but it's still mostly bad. That's kind of my read on the situation. Yeah, it has been pretty bad. Especially compared to the beginning of 2025 in the middle. Right, early 2025 and summer of 2025 was unbelievably hot. Sacrifice myself for you guys. I appreciate it, Tristan. We all thank you for your sacrifice. Thank you for leaving the markets to have it reignited. CEPT, I was nowhere near an entry. This needed to move a lot more for me to be involved with it. The lack of a news catalyst is very interesting, though. Yeah, we're coming up on the top of the hour here. I'm going to cancel my CEPT orders. This is obviously just rolled over. No point in me sticking around with this one. So the only orders I still have are EVTV, and I'm not really expecting... It's kind of fizzled out. Yeah, very interesting that this one's going to continue higher. Specifically because you had this weird price action here. volume's still pretty light. It's not terribly light. Right, this is a bit more pricey of a stock. I think that's relevant. Historically, this stock doesn't make massive moves in a single day, right? A lot of these moves have always been some level of multi-day mover. Right? Even this was like a multi-day run. This was a multi-day run. Yeah, there was never any single instance of a pump. Feed exclusive. Amview Medical signs deal with major Michigan health system. All right, top of the hour. See it. Anna's moving in feed. Maybe feed more than Anna. Yeah, Anna was kind of a fizzled out state. Feed might have more potential. This one made a pretty big move. $1 up to like 2 up to 6. So had a big move. Can only be liquidated on Weeble. Let me check Thinkorswim. I am able to short it in Thinkorswim. Yeah, well, I might actually end up getting filled here. We'll see. My order's pretty close. Watch it. Just get within inches and then just roll over here. I hate the phrase terms not disclosed. Yeah, it always adds ambiguity to it. All right, we're pushing for that too. Come on, give it to me. Just give it to me, man. Come on, man. What was the high here? High was 97. My entry was at 203, so I'm 6 cents off. Now, if this wants to pull back more and then make a leg back up, then I'm probably going to move my orders. But if it wants to curl straight up here with very little pullback, then I will be okay with getting filled here. Ray with PR. Ray is 70-cent stock though. This might break. Oh, no, it popped up and immediately broke. Back down. Made some long on feed. Good stuff, sir. Bought that dip. Good morning, Proton Junkie. Good morning. Bottom tickered it. What kind of 180 fill? How close was I to a short on this? I mean, it still could very well just curl up here. It's showing some strength. But yeah, $2. My order was at 203. So I was 3 cents off of a fill there. Well, Ray, you just have to go from 75 to $7.50. End of day. Want 10x runner. Yeah, we'll see. We're pushing 90 cents. Yeah, I see it. If it goes over $1, I might not even be able to short it anyway. Because this has been under $1 for a while. We'll see. If it goes over $1, then I can at least check for a short. Because this certainly meets downtrend requirements. Yeah, 99 cents. It's got to be over $1 though. It has to be over $1 when I place the order. Yeah, there is some resistance at $1 too. Yeah, 3 million shares. Very impressive with how much volume's coming in, though. 1 million shares of volume. Let's see, am I even able to short? I am. All right. Well, fair enough. You're in sub 75 cents. Looking pretty right now. Find a way to mess it up. Feed curling pretty hard. I'm actually going to cancel this because the odds it makes another leg are higher. So I don't want in at 203. I'm going to cancel my EBTB orders. Still got orders for feed and got orders for Rhea, if either of them wants to move. Yeah, it could. It's already moved quite a lot, though. Okay, more volume coming in here on this second push up. This looks like it's going to go a lot higher. Ooh, Rhea. Yeah. Rhea with the full breakdown. Feed's still going strong, though. Good morning, Skivon. Yeah, Rhea just full on capitulating. Best day in a while? Yeah, it seems like we've actually had some. It's opened up more. We've had a couple 40, 50% movers. My God, that's... I gotta, like, put blinds up or something. It's looking too holy in here for me. I wonder, can I, like, turn off my thing? If I turn off my light, how does that look? Because I had light shining on me plus the sunlight. Maybe I don't need all of them now. Eh, so-so. Hoth PR right now. Sounds somewhat stable. Dude, are you kidding me? Like, look at this. Look at this crap, man. Look at this. How close was I there? 218? I was 3 cents off from getting filled. Are you kidding me? And now it's going to reverse right here, right? Now it's just going to immediately go over. Oh, man. Okay, anyway, Hoth. OPTT contract. Raya oof, yeah. OPTT is just too cheap for me. I can't mess with this one. Yes. Yeah, man, we're actually having a lot of stuff doing things this morning. Good morning, sir. I would try to pronounce your name. I guess Javier would be the Louis Javier would be the closest I would give. Feed might still curl back. We'll have to see. Still frustrating that I was 3 pennies off from an entry there. Thanks for sharing your knowledge. I appreciate it. Just trying to, you know, put myself out there. It's been slower, so it is what it is. Happy to see some action this morning. Now let's see if you can get a fill. Yeah. I mean, I'm still pretty close here. This might actually curl back. Raya would have been a beautiful fill if I would have got it. Because this one just fully reversed. I think I'm gonna get filled here. Like this still looks strong. All told, though, we're about 90 minutes into some of the main pre-market day, and feed is not even up 50%. One VIVS in and out in less than 2 minutes. Very nice. I don't know. I mean, relative to how some of these other days have been, I would actually argue today's been a much better day. Like, I didn't get any fills, but I was very close. I was close on Raya. I was super, super close on feed. Now, I would say today's had much more action than it has lately. It's just nice to see some reaction to PRs. Yeah. Can I check PAVs, please? Certainly can. Yeah, so penny stock, oof, yeah, very brutal sell off on this one. This was up $1,000. My God, this thing fell in the trash. Okay, well, yeah, I mean, this thing's just so underwater. Yeah. There's nothing really to even look at this one. It's just, it's such a beaten up stock. You're borderline gambling with how much this is under. At least for me. Like, whenever a stock is performing this bad, where it was $10,000 a share, not even 6 months ago, at that point, it seems pretty bad. What the heck is Zkin doing? Weird. So just kind of gaps up and rolls over. Zkin. Chinese stock. There's your answer. China stock. China. Do I need to say more? First, they're sour. Yeah, no problem, Lewis. Sorry if my read was too surface level, but to me, Pavs just doesn't really have anything going for it. There's nothing really to look at with that. Looking like my short would have worked. Well, you know, it hasn't broken down yet from here. It could make another leg. Okay, so now we have more votes coming in. So, yeah, 26 people saying no trades yet. Do another poll in around 20 or 30 minutes, see if that figure changes. You giga griefed yesterday, but might make it all back today. Good luck, sir. Don't blow the account. All right, let's see if Feed wants to make another curl temp higher. All right, it broke below 2, possibly stopping out longs. Right, this all being stopping out longs, and now does the next leg, perhaps. KPTI has rolled over now. LAB looking ugly again. Early movers have been replaced. Yeah, I thought ELAB was struggling for a while. Yeah, it's really rolled over now. I think Feed is like the only real one on watch now. It's still pushing. I think there's a chance I get in here. Okay, so we went up basically to the penny for my order. Did not fill. Cool. And now we're going to roll over here. Maybe. Yep. You can't make it up, guys. You can't make it up. First time, huh? Yeah. Not even pennies plural, Tristan. Not even plural. Penny. So this order was at, I think, 21? Yeah, 221. The high of this candle was 220. So literally 1 penny off. I can't hit it. No, I can't hit the bid. The thing is with Thinkorswim and Webull, I'm reserving the orders. So if I move the orders or modify them in any way, I lose the rights to those orders. We tried doing this before. So when I commit an order, I can't adjust it. I can remove it, but I can't, like, reposition it. It's frustrating, though. Your entries are too perfect. I mean, it feels that way right now. Watching 8:30. Yep. We're coming up on the half hour. We will see if anything else comes up. I think it's just feed. I don't really know what else there is to watch right now. Slowly grinding. It's been slowly grinding. It's up at about $1 now in the last hour. Like 5. No, not quite. A little less than $1. This is one that's really been just grinding the last, like, month. You're in SNOA, Walmart press release. And Thought you got a great dip on it, it's just not going. You're up 70 bucks. There you go. I don't even know how, if I'm being honest. If you went long this, it looks like you just got slaughtered immediately, unless you were shorting. Yeah, feed looking more like it's this might have been the top. Yeah. Yeah, the chart just following USO. Maybe. Could be. What is this? Oil or something? Yeah. United States oil. Okay. Yeah, it could be. I see a significant crossover. Maybe Anna's an oil company. This would have been a beautiful short. Imagine if I would have got filled right here. What a beautiful trade. Same thing with Rhea. I was close on Rhea too. CVV has news at the top of the half hour. Taking a stab at AIDX now. Been hammered since the IPO uplist, whatever it was. I'm canceling my feed order. It's just not moving, or well, it's breaking down too much. One penny pirate, yeah, I know. Yeah, horrible beat up here. United States company. Yeah, it was up at $50 a share. Yeah, there could be people buying for a bounce, because this is extremely beat up. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets some kind of momentum because of that. Now fee is breaking down still. A market where nothing is holding up. At least we're starting to see some spikes. Be safe out there. Yeah, for sure. Felt like I was in a good posture, but nothing was really holding for me. I mean, you don't get much closer to 1 penny, and it would have been 30-cent winner or so on double size, because that was a 16 share order. Missed one trade on feed after the second leg. Yeah. Is what it is, man. There's times where I barely miss an entry. There's times where I barely got in an entry. right? It goes both ways. But yeah, I don't mess with AIDX here. It's too close to the IPO or merger or whatever this is. So my protocol is I don't touch this. So I'm not going to mess with it. Too much spike potential. Can I post my Discord again? Yeah. Let me go and update it here. Let me turn my light on now. So I turned my light off because the sun was shining and now the sun's gone, so now it's dark again. Okay. Put the Discord. I'll update the link. Go. I'll put it in the description again too here. Okay, this should be better, I think. No, no problem, man. Yeah, I think I'm just sitting tight now. If he did end up curling back. At this point, I'm almost just paper trading it to see what it would have done, because I would still be in the trade right now. Right, we're just now entering the period where I'm allowed to sell if I want. So I could have sold here and I would have made like a 21-cent profit. AIDX looks like a possible rug. Good God. Brutal. Dang, it looks like Candyman crushed it today. He's green 3 out of 3 stocks, it looks like. Good for him. Is this like actually just a rug pull? Like, how are you rugging a rug? Like, this thing already sold into oblivion. And now you're telling me it's rugging more? Oh, man. Guess I'm just sitting tight here. I'll do another pull since we're getting near the end here. Got a surprising split right now. Three-way split. Pete's actually kind of curling back up. I'll see if this is, I still can't short this on Weeble, right? Yeah. I'll check on Thinkorswim again. If this wants to make another leg, because it's looking like it's setting up for another leg. If I'm still able to short it, I wouldn't mind establishing another leg up. But it's got to be another leg up. Yep, okay. So no longer able to short on Thinkorswim. I'm not surprised. Thought I would at least check. So we got a lot of green people today, which honestly I'm not surprised because, yeah, some of the stocks that were moving, they made good moves initially. We had several 40, 50% runners. I think we had like 2 or 3 of them. Yeah, feed was very close for me twice. So my first order was at 203, and we went within 3 cents of my first order. It broke down as it was starting to correct. I moved my order up, anticipating the next leg. The next leg did come, and then I went within 1 penny of the second leg. So, just unfortunate how that works out. Rhea, I had orders in the mid to 120s, around 124, 128, somewhere in there. And I got pretty close. This went up to 120. So I was less than 10 cents on a fill on Rhea as well. And Rhea would have been a very, very big hit. So unfortunate on that angle too, I suppose. This one wasn't quite as close to a fill though. Okay, so more no trades coming in now. I'm a bit surprised to see half the people no trades, unless they're people that are just starting for the day. Hi, good morning. Just wondering. What are you wondering? Mr. Dooham. Dehamo. What is the platform I'm using for trading? It's a mix. So technically with this strategy we're trying out, I'm using two different platforms together. I'm using Thinkorswim and Webull. Currently I'm prioritizing executions on the Webull account. I did put an order out earlier on the Thinkorswim account because I could not locate shares on the Webull account. So I did put out an order on feed. Didn't end up getting a fill. It was super close. We went within 1 penny because my order was at 221 and the price peaked at 220. But yeah, these platforms are Webull and Thinkorswim. That is the platforms. And like I said, I'm prioritizing Webull right now for the executions. All right, 10 minutes to the top of the hour. Just sitting tight. At least I actually stayed awake this time. Awesome, thanks for that. Yeah, no problem, man. So it did end up spiking back up, interesting enough. It did end up hitting above 221, so I could have gotten filled here if I wanted to. My fear is that given that this was retracing, I'm anticipating that this is actually going to make another leg, which is why I didn't want to mess with it. I mean, we can see though, right? I would have gotten filled here, so... But yeah, I think it has too much strength behind it now. The odds of it running in another 10-20 cents seem higher. Yeah, not only high of day too, but also highest volume of the day too. Interesting enough. So it broke through this clear resistance. I guess the question is it going to hold the back test and then make the next leg higher? That's really what I'm wondering right now. The level 2 is super thick now. Super, super thick. What is a level 2? It is the orders, the live orders, so I can't share them for very long, but these are the orders. It is basically all the buyers, all the sellers. You can see that they're very thickly stacked, like all the price is the same for both. So this is a very, very thickly traded stock now. Basically, when it's thicker, it doesn't move as much, right? Because you're having to go through more orders to move it. Yeah, it's very strange. I was expecting, and I even said this, the reason I canceled my order, right? Because I missed it by a penny here. In my head, I'm thinking, if this is going to curl back up like it did, the odds that it breaks through here and then goes to like 240 or higher. And I was willing to put an order out at 240 if it would have done that. I couldn't do it just because there were no shares to locate. But yeah, the fact that it's not really resolving immediately is surprising to me. I really expected this to go up to like 240 at least. The fact that it broke through these levels and now is just kind of grinding back. Not what I was expecting at all. Genuinely. And I mean, it's certainly not dead either, right? Like this could easily just, like, we're still clearly in an uptrend. I just expected, I guess, more follow through on this break. And we got huge volume. Like, it's not like we didn't get the volume. We just didn't get the price action. And gap to the daily level, now fading. Yeah, on the daily, there's a lot of support around like 180s. And it looks like we did bounce there too. Yeah, just looking at the daily, we do got that resistance around like 220-ish. And it did basically go straight to that area and reject. I mean, even this really, it went to 220 exactly and rejected. Yeah, the daily point is valid. Yeah, I'm a little disappointed today. Not in the market, but rather just the circumstances, because realistically, today should have been a trade day for me. I should have had at least one trade. I just had a bunch of a bunch of near misses that just didn't convert to trades. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I mean, like I said, I'll stick around 5 minutes after the top of the hour, see if we get anything else, but I am a little bummed out. AIB looks like it might be moving. Someone had this weird pump and dump earlier. Literally no organic flow. Super illiquid besides the algo. Yeah. Did I have order Sephirea, the one that spiked to 120? I did, NASCAR. Yeah, so take a look. Here's my canceled orders. You can see the two Rhea orders that I had. You can see price there, yeah. So this was the price I had for them. Yeah, so I was postured for Rhea as well. And I went within 7 cents. So yeah, today was just an instance where there were a lot of trades that moved. I had orders out for them. I got hyper close on feed, within 1 penny. I got within 7 cents of Rhea. There was another one that I was also really close on. I can't remember which one was it. C? No. There was another one, but yeah, that's just how the cookie crumbles, you know. Sometimes you just, when you're putting limit orders out and you're waiting for price to come to you, sometimes it just doesn't fill you, and that's life. I will say this though, I am grateful that I'm not red today, right? Sometimes we get too worked up over the missed gains instead of protecting what we have. There's a reason that I am not aggressively shorting. Yeah, I can't believe, like, holy crap though, what the heck? Rhea spikes from 70 cents to 120, then dumps all the way to 40 cents. Disgusting. Well, we're at the top of the hour. We'll see. I'll give it 5 minutes, see if we get anything else. Something does come, I will stick around for it. Otherwise, I'm going to bounce. Get ready for market open. Where the real money is. Hmm. I'd say the best mover right now is probably AIB, and this one doesn't even have any news behind it. At least in terms of current momentum, I would say this is the best candidate. At least it has volume and movement. The fact that it did a pump and dump this morning, though, is a bit concerning. Yeah, we had a lot of no traders, which I think is actually kind of surprising, given some of the opportunities we had. Feed's kind of curling a bit here. All right, well, it's been 5 minutes. There's nothing new coming up. I can't short feed here because neither broker has shares available anymore. So I'm just going to call it here. Couple almost trade instances, but nothing for me today. I'll be back tomorrow, bright and early at 7 a.m., allegedly. So I'll see you guys then. You guys have a good rest of your day and stay safe out there.